Welcome back, everyone. So, you've been really digging into AI lately, and you sent over a link that really caught my eye. It's this website called AI Answer Zone. And it's interesting. It's not just another AI tool or anything like that. It's more of a platform.
Okay.
And it's specifically designed for businesses, the ones who are kind of struggling to really apply AI and make it work for them.
Yeah.
And get this, it's invite only.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's like it feels like a secret society of like AI experts.
Yeah, that definitely sparks some curiosity or
Right.
like what's going on in there. And what I find fascinating is that they're really not just like a resource library.
Yeah.
They're really emphasizing knowledge management, strategic implementation.
Okay.
It's almost like they're offering a guided approach to actually integrating AI into a company's like DNA.
Okay, so walk me through this a little bit. What makes AI Answer Zone different from, say, just Googling some articles or taking like a generic online course?
Well, for one, they're boasting over 2,000 expert-crafted lessons.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the focus on action items that really stands out to me.
Hmm.
So, for example, there's one module in their AI Leadership Success program that focuses on building a customized AI roadmap for your team.
Okay.
And it's not just theory. You actually walk away with like a tangible plan.
Interesting. So it's really about bridging that gap between like knowing about AI and then actually doing something with it. Yeah.
Exactly. And they're not just leaving you to, figure it out alone either.
All right.
They offer direct access to an actual human AI expert for your specific questions,
Wow.
which is a pretty bold claim in a world
Yeah.
of, chatbots and automated responses.
Yeah, that's a huge one, especially for businesses that are just feeling kind of overwhelmed, right,
Right?
by all the AI options out there. It's almost like it's like having a personal AI coach in your corner.
Exactly, yeah. And it really plays into this idea that AI adoption is as much about people and processes as is about the technology itself.
Absolutely, yeah. Speaking of people, they offer enterprise licensing too, so you can get your whole team on board.
Yes. And it sounds like you can actually customize the training as well, which makes sense.
Yeah.
You'd want to tailor it to your specific industry and your goals.
Okay, so we've got this platform that's really designed to make like AI implementation smoother. They've got expert guidance and a huge focus on action. But like what kinds of topics are they actually covering? I'm looking at their website here, and some of these program titles are pretty interesting.
Hmm.
So we've got, the AI leadership success one, which I think is like super relevant right now. But there's also content repurposing. That's something every business could use a little help with.
For sure.
And then there's this AI and mental health. Now, that's a curveball.
Isn't it? It really makes you wonder, like, are they trying to get ahead of the curve
Yeah.
by addressing, like, the human side of AI
Yeah.
and not just the technical aspects? It could
Yes.
be, yeah. Or maybe they're recognizing that AI is just going to impact every aspect of our lives,
Right.
including our mental well-being.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a stretch to think that, businesses are going to need to consider this more and more as AI becomes like integrated into the workplace.
Yeah, that's a really good point. It's like they're saying, hey, let's not just throw AI at the wall and see what sticks.
Right.
Let's think about like the human consequences too. But let's get back to those FAQs for a second. I'm curious about what kind of questions they're addressing there.
Yeah, because even with all these like bells and whistles,
Mm.
I imagine there's still some hesitation from businesses.
Right. Totally.
And the FAQs seem to focus on those common concerns.
Okay.
So, for example, they address whether you need like a whole team of data scientists just to use the platform, which I'm guessing is a big fear for a lot of companies.
Yeah, so they're trying to kind of demystify AI and make it seem a little less intimidating.
Exactly. And they also talk about like the range of AI tools they actually cover, which seems pretty comprehensive.
Oh.
And they address how you can integrate the program with existing training systems, which I think is crucial for, teams that are already super busy.
Yeah, it's all about making it user-friendly, right?
Good.
As much as possible.
It seems that way. And they also emphasize the flexibility factor, which I think is smart.
Okay.
So they talk about breaking down programs into smaller modules, integrating them into existing platforms, even repurposing content for different purposes.
So it's not like a one-size-fits-all approach, right? You can kind of tailor it to your needs.
Exactly. It's like a Lego set for AI training. You can just, build what you need when you need it.
That's a great analogy. Okay, so they're covering a lot of ground, addressing concerns, offering tons of flexibility. But let's talk about, like, the elephant in the room, cost. Is this going to break the bank?
Well, surprisingly, no. They have this monthly subscription model, and the pricing per user seems pretty reasonable,
Okay.
especially considering what you're getting.
Okay, so it's not just for, like, Fortune 500 companies with bottomless budgets.
Right. It seems like they're trying to make it accessible for a wider range of businesses.
Oh,
In fact, they even address this directly on the website.
do they?
They do. They say that even modest utilization can deliver substantial value.
So they're acknowledging that you don't have to, like, go all in to see a return on your investment.
Precisely.
Yeah.
They're emphasizing the value proposition, not just,
Yeah.
the price tag,
Mm-hmm.
which is a refreshing change of pace, honestly.
It is. Okay, so we've covered a lot about AI Answer Zone. They're offering this comprehensive, flexible platform, got expert support, all at a reasonable price. But what do you think is, like, the biggest takeaway here? What really stands out to you?
I think it's their focus on bridging this gap between AI theory
Yeah.
and practice.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of hype around AI, right?
Yeah.
But very few resources actually focus on helping businesses implement it effectively.
Mm-hmm.
And AI Answer Zone seems to be tackling that head on.
I agree. It's not just about understanding what AI is, but what it can actually do for your business and how to actually, like, get there.
Exactly. Yeah. They're trying to make AI, less intimidating for business leaders who might be like a little overwhelmed by all the, technical jargon.
Yeah, totally. And they're doing it in a way that's, like, practical, actionable, and affordable.
Right. They're essentially saying, hey, here are the tools, the knowledge, and the support you need to actually succeed with AI.
Now, I do want to circle back to that AI and mental health program
Oh, yeah.
because I'm still a little stuck on that. What do you think they're trying to achieve by including that, like, in a business-focused AI platform?
I think it speaks to this growing awareness that AI isn't just a technical issue. It's a human issue,
Right.
and it's one that businesses just can't afford to ignore.
Do you think it's about, like, potential negative impacts of AI, like, job displacement or, like, the ethical implications of using AI in hiring?
It could be. Or maybe it's more about recognizing that AI will just, like, fundamentally change the way we work
Yep.
and interact with each other. Perhaps it's about preparing leaders to, manage those changes effectively and ensure the well-being of their teams.
Right. In an AI-driven world.
Exactly.
It's almost like they're encouraging businesses to be more proactive, not just reactive. To, like, think about the human consequences of AI, from the very beginning,
Mm-hmm.
rather than waiting for problems to actually arise.
Exactly. And that's a really powerful message, I think. It suggests a level of, like, responsibility and foresight
Yeah.
that's not always present in, the tech world.
It is refreshing to see a company thinking about, like, the bigger picture, right?
Yeah,
Not just the bottom line.
Yeah. And it makes me wonder if this program could be a game changer for businesses that are, really trying to navigate the ethical and social complexities of AI implementation.
Okay, so we've talked about the features, the benefits, the flexibility, even the pricing of AI Answer Zone. We've even touched on this kind of unexpected focus on mental health
Mm-hmm.
and the, human side of AI.
Right. And the human side of AI, it really does feel like they're trying to, like, shift the conversation,
Yeah.
going beyond just, like, the nuts and bolts of AI implementation.
Totally.
They're really kind of nudging businesses
Yeah.
to think about that human element from the get-go.
Right. And that brings me back to this idea of knowledge management that they emphasize.
Mm.
It's a term, we've thrown around a bit, but what does that actually mean in the context of, like, AI adoption?
That's a great question. In a nutshell, it's about making sure that the right knowledge is accessible to the right people at the right time.
Okay.
Think about all the data and insights that AI can generate. It's useless unless people actually understand how to use it effectively.
So it's not just about, like, having the technology, but about having the knowledge infrastructure to actually support it, too.
Exactly. Imagine training your entire sales team to use, like, a brand new AI-powered CRM, but then they don't understand the data it's giving them. Or, even worse, they misinterpret it completely. That's where knowledge management comes in. It's about building this framework for, like, learning, sharing, and applying AI-related knowledge across the whole organization.
It's like building a bridge between the data and the decision-making,
Yes.
Making sure that everyone's speaking the same language.
Exactly, yeah. And AI Answer Zone seems to really get this.
Mm-hmm.
Their focus on action items, expert guidance, and customizable training all point to a deeper understanding of, like, knowledge management
Yeah.
as a crucial part of successful AI adoption.
And maybe that's why they're putting so much focus on leadership.
Hmm.
They've got that AI leadership success program, and they talk a lot about, empowering leaders
Mm-hmm.
to navigate this whole AI revolution.
Absolutely. Leaders need to not only understand the technology itself, but also how to, foster a culture of what they call AI literacy
Yeah.
within their teams.
Mhm.
It's about, like, creating an environment where people feel comfortable learning, experimenting, and even, failing with AI.
Right.
Because that's how we learn and grow.
It's
Right?
about leading by example, right? Like
Yeah.
showing your team that AI isn't something to be feared, but like a tool to be embraced and questioned
Yes.
and, used responsibly.
Exactly. And that kind of leadership is so crucial for navigating, all the ethical considerations that we've been talking about.
Right.
Leaders need to be asking those, tough questions. How is this AI impacting our employees? Are we using this technology in a way that aligns with our values?
So going back to our initial question, is AI Answer Zone all hype? Or is there something actually valuable here?
I think based on what we've seen, they're offering a really unique approach.
Okay.
One that goes beyond just the technical aspects of AI. They're addressing that knowledge gap, the leadership challenge, even the human implications, all at a price point that seems pretty accessible.
And they're inviting you, our listener, to be a part of this conversation.
Yes.
You have that exclusive invite, so what are your thoughts? What resonates with you?
Yeah.
Does it actually live up to the hype? We'd love to hear your perspective, share your insights, your experiences, your aha moments as you dive into AI Answer Zone.
Absolutely. Keep this conversation going.
Thanks for joining us.